3 months after graduating high school, I decided to move to Arizona with my 3-month-old newborn. At the time, I officially committed to Arizona State University and was eager and excited to begin this new chapter of my life. The journey began living with family, and some months later, I transitioned to living in an apartment with an ex-partner. 1 year after that move, I rented my first studio apartment on campus after a huge blow up, and then the pandemic shut everything down. My response: to move to Los Angeles, my birthplace. Hi, I'm Kimmy Marie. This is where we unearth freedom, share new perspectives, and learn new ways of living, one experience at a time. Good job, Zulu. Each move came from a place of wonder and adventure and a touch of chaos. Most of the moves, most of the travels were extremely unexpected, but each move brought forth such rich and new experiences, opening doors to new possibilities, new ways of living. And many times I didn't know how it would happen, but it did. And with every move came a new set of blessings. It seemed as though I just kept scaling up and up and up every time I traveled within and then reflected and traveled outwardly. Fast forward 4 years later, I sat in my living room contemplating everything that I actually truly wanted. I needed to move out of this apartment, and I was like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do what I love. So I decided to become a digital nomad, in short, an expat, and I moved to Costa Rica for 6 months. Prior to that, I'd been to Puerto Rico and Canada, taken many road trips, one time taking a 19-hour straight road trip to Texas with a shabby car, but I'd never explored beyond the state. So the leaps and the leap away from lease living rose from the desire to be free and to find my place in the world. Through Costa Rica, I found Colombia, and beyond Colombia, I explored Thailand and Bali, to which I found home there. Bali felt so connective and loving, and for the first time, I felt like, wow, I love it here. And when I initially found that, it made me realize that the home that I was searching for was really something within, which is something that I discussed in the Bali video. So I won't go too in depth here, but I had finally found that home. In Costa Rica, I moved across the region, and each move brought so much more. That is what brought me ultimately to traveling to these different countries and finding Bali in the first place. But it was that first spark to Costa Rica that really shifted things and put me on the path of just travel. Now, traveling full-time isn't easy. It arrives with so much stress. I actually have many anxiety attacks when packing beforehand every single time. It's like I've done this so much, and yet I still get so anxious, so nervous.
All right. We got one that I don't think is over 50. We got this bag, which...
And sometimes money can be quite tight. Sometimes I never really know how things are going to work out, but let me tell you, I think Spirit ordained a season of moving in my life so I could learn to be adaptable in such a way, so that I could experience the world, to truly grasp it, as I'm clearly here to speak about worldly experiences and perspectives and share them with others. Truly, the nomad life carried me for 2.5 years, to which I then settled in Atlanta, only to move to another home in Atlanta again after feeling so settled and like, this is it. The life of travel just picked me up again. Because the one thing travel has taught me is that you can move. You can always move. You can always change. You can always pursue a new direction, even if you don't know how or have all the details, even if everything is not yet in place, Even if you don't know when the money will hit your account, this life of travel continues to teach me that everything is constantly moving and changing. All you have to do is flow with it, and a way will be made. I chose a life of travel mainly by the means of remote work. My work as a creator, and it's afforded such abundance. I chose a life of travel to gain knowledge, experience, and to truly find the space where I'm comfortable. I chose a life of travel to find my people, and now my friends are all over the states and the world. I chose a life of travel for perspective and to experience. If you feel like an outsider, you feel different, that may be a sign that the space just isn't for you, but a way can be made for you to enter a space that is for you. And that's something that I learned through therapy, but also through truly experiencing it while traveling. Again, I'd say I found that space in Bali. Bali is my top destination at the moment, and I'm excited to go back. A lot of people ask me how I do it. Remote work, releasing consumerism, buying one-way flights and tickets in advance. If a country requires a return flight verification, use the Onward Flight app. Get housing from Facebook groups. Talk with other nomads who live in the spaces. Stay connected, barter, exchange, be social. For housing, I'd rent places for 3 to 6 months at a time and ultimately determine that 6 months is best. You learn what your flow is, and I realize that in my personal life, things tend to change every 6 months. When I go places with my son, as a baby, I just slung him around me, baby wearing and hiking up mountains. He just did what I did, and if not, like in Colombia, then I'd get a nanny, which was about $300 for the week, full-time, like morning to night. On all the travels, I packed decently and never really purchased or consumed much. You realize all that you spend on frivolous things once all your money is just going to travel. Trust me, the Uber Eats, the clothing, the massive amounts of skincare, it adds up. And I think the life of travel, especially, you determine what's luxurious to you. And for me, that's experiences, moments that I'll truly remember and feel. The world tells us to value capital and material, but the travel lifestyle, especially budget travel, and I mean $800 to $1,500 monthly, will show you very different. It's not about what you have, it's about the experiences and the moments that you gain, truly. Honestly, I think the life of travel chose me, and there really isn't some magical formula. Like, you get the tickets, you get into the WhatsApp groups and the Facebook housing groups, and you go, and you just keep moving and experiencing and feeling and enjoying and working things out. Sometimes you just have to take the leap, and the travel lifestyle has shown me just how to do that, how to just move, how to take the jump, how to just do. That's why I chose this lifestyle.